Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
And welcome back to Arches.
Arches.
We love Arches.
Arches.
It's very
Look at that big old
good.
arch right there. Pretty good.
It's like the moon is an arch.
Living up to its name.
like two
even.
arches.
It's two arches put together.
Wow.
Crazy.
Insane.
Bro, I don't even know what to say. Moon, how could you?
How we feeling so far?
Pretty good. It's really coming to a head at this point. So
Yeah.
I do feel some comfort in that we haven't been prompted with any decisions in this whole thing.
Yeah. This is a linear experience.
So
some might call it.
I don't have to worry about making the wrong decision and getting the bad ending.
Yeah.
But we could the default ending of this could just be bad for all I know.
Watch it be like a timed one-time decision.
There's like 3 seconds.
What is it, Darian? What are you gonna choose?
And then if you don't choose by default, it chooses the bad option and you lose.
Yeah.
I still think about every once in a while the choice in Echo when you either lunge for the gun when you're in Leo's route, and then it's just you hear the pop, and then it takes you right back to the screen. It's so good, genuinely, absolutely wonderful.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's very good. Very, very fun time.
I think so.
Right.
I miss Echo.
And we're here with the bear still.
That's true. We're getting a good dosage of Echo right in here.
Brian's here with us. The best character in Echo. Probably.
That's a sentence you just said. You
Well,
really said that.
it's like a weird amalgam where you have a couple characters that are like, well, they're kind of just all the best, right? We have Brian, Leo, and Mr. Bronson.
But you also like Duke.
Duke's there.
Okay, he's not quite there.
No. Like we want these daddies.
All right, guys. So now we play the fun game. We have these 3 characters. Josh is just listed as the best ones.
Yeah.
What all do they have in common? Just I'll give you guys. We'll give you a few seconds. Fill out your score. Fill out your answer sheets. Be sure to color in with a number 2 pencil. Make sure the circle is completely filled.
They're all wholesome.
That's a word. You just said one of those. I don't know if you know what it means, but you did pick it. So.
Look, guys, I have the best taste in men.
He wants them big, but he also wants to be able to pin them down.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it.
They're good. Look, we all know Leo's a bottom.
It's true. And it's like it's not so much like Josh needs to physically overpower them. Just a simple look will get them to be down and spread. And that's the idea, right? That's the desire.
Exactly. We stride and then dominate.
It all makes sense now why you pick that to play in Vanguard. Dominate? Absolutely.
I remember I was chatting with a guy that I had never played Vanguard with him. And he was a veteran Vanguard player. We just didn't know that we both did play Vanguard at some point. And we ended up talking about it, and he was just like, oh yeah, I main Gold Paladin. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like a more technical clan, whatever. And he was like, what do you play? Like, what did you play? And I was like, Shiranui. And before I even finished saying the full name, I just saw him roll his eyes and go what a shock.
Let's go. Let's go. The way it should be. That is so good. He had you figured out immediately.
I'm like, guys, I didn't choose this life.
I didn't choose the dominate life. The dominate life chose me. I dominate. It's just what I do.
It's just what it is.
That's so fucking funny. Incredible.
Look, if they didn't want me to have fun with the deck, they wouldn't have printed it. Right?
Exactly, right? If they didn't want me to do it, they wouldn't have made the cards be able to do it.
The fact that the keyword is printed on the card is dominate.
Yeah. It's
10 out of 10.
It's pretty good. They should just shorten it to Dom. You need to get proxies that just say, that the cards look exactly the same, but they just say Dom.
It's
no, we need to get a Shiranui proxy that is you on the card.
No.
Oh, okay, guys. New project. We need a ride line for Vanguard of Josh from grade 0 to 3. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. You have the fucking internet, okay?
We're at that stage already.
Yes. We need a grade 0 through 3 of Josh of cards, you know.
No.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
It's okay. Vanguard died a few years back. It's no worries.
It's okay. Yeah. No point in going down that road anymore. Not worth it.
It was funny. He recently rebought a Vanguard deck, and he's just like, it's not that I dislike Vanguard. I just hate standard format.
Like everyone who's played anything other than standard format.
Yeah, going from like any of the prior Vanguard formats to standard, it feels awful.
Even like V standard, which is just like
V now feels all right with all of like the final updates and stuff to the format, but it's like, because the one nice part, right? So V is a going first format. But it's also arguably the most fair and balanced format. Unironically, just because over triggers aren't in the format.
Yeah, thank God. Hey, audience. If you like Vanguard and you like over triggers, fuck you. I hate them. They're bad. End of statement.
Yeah, they're an awful mechanic, and they just refuse to get rid of it in premium. They refuse to fix premium. I'm assuming next year they'll just cancel the format, and that's fine.
Because like for premium, is there just like one thing that will always win, basically?
No, it's more like it's just so unsupported, and they refuse to like do anything with the format or acknowledge it. And they did a weird thing with Springfest this year, where instead of having like tournaments for each of the 3 formats, they had what was called tri-format, I think that was the name they went with, and it was team league, right? So it's
right,
teams of 3, each are, instead of going best of 3, it's a best of 1, but like each one can, like if 2 members win their games,
then your team wins,
progresses. Right. One member would play premium, one member would play V premium, and one would play standard.
That sounds dumb. That doesn't sound very good at all.
And like most people hated it.
Like, what the fuck?
Because you had people that were like, you had 2 people that played premium, and one of them has to play V now.
It's like, but I don't want to. It's like, well, I don't want to either, man.
Right? Or like, what if there's 2 standard players on the team, and it's like, well, both other formats are literally too hard for you to play.
Yeah.
So, because you're a standard baby.
Yeah, you're a brainless child. Sorry. I don't know. They have to flip a coin for whoever's going to play V and whoever's going to play premium.
Right. And it's so unfortunate. It's very bad.
What a stupid way of thing.
It's fine. It's fine. Maybe they'll just cancel it and bring back Buddy Fight.
Oh. We could only hope. Hey, bring back Buddy Fight, but then like reprint like every fucking card.
They would need to like actually have like 3 reprint products all in a row. Just all common. Fuck you.
Because you can't buy any of the fucking cards. No,
they're gone.
They can't
the
buy
market's
any
gone.
of them.
It's annoying. It very much is.
All right, what are we doing?
I assume we are Devon.
We switched to, we jumped.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we are Devon, since we are no longer in the bear hole. Yeah, that's what we're calling it.
We pushed down on the D-pad in Grand Theft Auto, and it did the boom, 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 and then boom, boom, And now we're Devin.
I hope you all liked ASMR with Darian.
They all know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure anyway.
I hope that's your favorite segment. Comment below if Darian making noises into a microphone is your favorite.
There will be no more.
Okay, finding the entrance wasn't hard. While the main entrance had been blocked off with rebar before being filled and sealed with concrete, he'd known about the side entrance from the supernatural forums he researched before coming here. That and Cameron's blood was sprinkled here and there, and the scent of it spurred Devin onward. Of course, it led right to that entrance. He had started unlocking the cuffs the second he thought Brian might be out of earshot. He had fumbled with the tiny, slippery key before freeing his wrists, revealing a blood-crusted fur matted down to the broken skin. Now Devin moves through the mines in complete darkness. Oh. Okay.
He's doing it.
He's going. It's almost suffocating, almost panic-inducing, but the scent of Cameron mixed with the foul odor of Brian pushes the younger bear deeper into the tunnels. The air feels tense, as if the mine itself is intent on seeing what happens next. He's not going to fall into another abyss. When Lupita died, it had been an accident, one that had happened after a tornado shredded their town, leveling the block across the street and leaving their house mostly intact. As a 12-year-old, he just didn't think that it could happen. Then they had survived the actual disaster, but just as the relief started to set in, as his guards started to come down, it happened. He felt powerless in the situation, and he knew that her death had happened because of him. But this time is different. He couldn't fight what took Lupita, but he can fight whatever's what's taken Cameron.
Damn it.
After about 10 minutes, though, Devin starts to become more agitated, unable to hear them any longer. But going by a scent alone, Devin can tell that he's lost the trail.
Shit.
He hisses through his teeth, trying to keep quiet in case Brian is somehow nearby, lying in wait. And then somehow he hears Cameron's singing voice. Devin goes completely still. He recognizes his boyfriend's voice anywhere, of course, but Cameron's style is different, having the qualities of a singer from the 50s while retaining a grunge-like roughness. The Coyote was heavily influenced by the black and white musicals his mother used to watch late at night. He was embarrassed about it after being critiqued in one of his vocal performance classes, and he had been trying to change his technique when Devin first met him. But Devin always liked Cameron's voice, and it was due to Devin's urging that Cameron learned in his own style. He knew the songs too, the one that Cameron's ex, the one that he didn't like to hear because it's violent and vicious. He never asked Cameron about it because he assumed the Coyote would bring it up on his own time. Now he needs to make sure he even has that chance. Devin begins moving as fast as he can while staying quiet. He knocks his nose into a few walls and scrapes up his elbow and shoulders, but he keeps moving, simply trying to force his way in the direction of the voice. Then, just as he thinks he's a few turns away, it stops. Then Cameron screams, and Devin drops all attempts at self.
Cam! Brian!
He calls out to let Brian know he's there, to at least distract him from the Coyote. Then he barrels his way through the darkness, trying to find what he's sure is the last turn. Why Brian has brought Cameron here, he doesn't know. He doesn't even know what he's going to do when he meets them. Well, anything. He'll do anything.
Ooh, what are we getting into?
Well, Brian is looking a little more distracted, starting to scan the tunnel walls before his eyes settle on what looks like a large crack from the ceiling to the ground. Cameron turns up his singing a notch, knowing that this is their destination to the end of the road. The old bear glances at him, looking annoyed. This, for whatever reason, is what brings Brian out of his stimulant-induced hyperfocus. Brian finally realizes what's happening. It's only now that the old bear remembers Cameron's plan to take the key. Even Cameron forgot. And now a huge paw flies to his pocket, digging inside and realizing it's too late before he whirls on Cammy Boy.
Oh, you little faggot.
Cameron turns and runs, trying to take advantage of Brian letting him go from the couple of seconds. Oh, look at it go.
Ooh, we are.
Look at it go. We going. We spiraling. We rolling. We going. Seeing something pounds into Cameron's lower back, just to the right, and it feels like a cannonball being smashed through his body. Cameron just lunges forward against the tunnel wall directly in front of him, and he tries to hold onto it, sliding down slightly as he stares straight up into the darkness. It's so dark that Cameron can't tell if the ceiling is a few feet above him, or if it's simply endless space full of glowing arches that stretch on forever. His eyes stay wide, his breath leaking out of his muzzle in a slow, high-pitched rasp, not wanting to believe the pain he feels spreading through his inside is real. Then he's on the ground, writhing and groaning uncontrollably, while electric pain spiderwebs through his body. The blows Brian had delivered before are nothing compared to this. Cameron thrashes around in the dirt, desperate to find a way out of the hell. He's in hell. Who's in hell? You are. He has to be. What are these red arches, and why are flames spreading from his gut up to his lungs?
Damn, you'll probably only piss blood after that one.
Brian's mock concerned voice snaps Cameron back to this situation he's in, and in the very back of his head, he realizes his trip is beginning to descend. The pain is still present, though, and it's not letting up. He can feel pain if he's... How can he feel pain if he's nothing? Okay. He's finally breathing again, and each exhale is accompanied by a whining wheeze, involuntary tears rolling down his face. Brian leans over him, and the coyote cringes. No, stop, please. Brian pauses, then just grabs Cameron by the arm and yanks him up. Cameron lets out a hoarse, breathless scream as his aching body is forced to move again. It echoes around them before cutting off as a huge arm tightens around Cameron's throat.
Brian!
Devin's voice is very close, maybe only a tunnel or two away. Brian mumbles quietly next to Cameron's ear.
Shut the fuck up right now, or I obliterate your other kidney. Got it?
Oh. My kidney.
I mean, you only need one, but if he kind of kills both, then that's a problem.
That's a problem then.
It's a bit of a problem.
We'll just grow a third one.
Can you just do that? Can you just will another kidney to grow in your body?
I mean, but wouldn't that be fun though?
That'd be cool. I don't know if you could do it. Maybe Cameron can though. He's special.
He's a special little boy.
Maybe he's like, kidney.
We can get there.
He said, yeah, that was a kidney.
Cameron feels the threat hovering over the left side of his back this time, and he quickly shuts his muzzle, even though groans still force their way up, muffled behind his lips. This seems to at least satisfy Brian, and he drops the chokehold before shoving Cameron forward. At first, Cameron is surprised that the bear didn't just hit him again anyway, but Brian is distracted again. Devin's too close. About a few terrible plans go through the older bear's head that Cameron's already aching abdomen to lurch with nausea and fear. Brian considers waiting and ambushing Dev, but he quickly discards the idea as he realizes Cameron might try to warn Devin by making noise right as he reaches them. And that's exactly what Cameron would do, even if it means being beaten to death by Brian. Deciding again that nothing matters anymore, he pushes Cameron forward through the narrow opening, the passage becoming more tight until Brian has to turn sideways and struggle through, and then it opens up.
Ooh.
Let's go!
Ooh, familiar.
This is my hole. It was made for me.
It was made for me. He really just like gets them all the way back here to do this, huh? It's always this hole.
It's tradition.
I guess.
Do you not have your tradition hole?
Huh. My tradition hole, you say?
What about you, audience? Do you have a tradition hole?
A tradition hole? What do you use that for, huh? What do you use your tradition hole for, audience? What brand is it?
They use it for stimulation.
I see.
That's fine.
That is fine.
We had our nice, got another glass of the pepper tea, iced. It's
Iced
very
pepper
good.
tea.
Still recommend it. Still recommend it greatly. You all should try it.
Unironically, go boil Dr. Pepper with lemon in it.
Yeah.
Like, actually.
I think I like it iced.
Yeah, I think I like it hot a little bit more.
Yeah. I think when it's iced, it becomes really smooth.
It's
I kind of
aged.
like that.
It's aged. It's got a nice full body. Goes down real smooth.
Yeah.
Has a little tang on the finish, Pretty good. Pretty good.
I like it. I want to see if I can trick people with this.
If you do, please let me know. I gotta
Just,
know.
not tell people
You should
what
try-
it is.
Try serving it to your parents first.
Ooh, maybe.
Like, hey, mom, dad, I have this really lovely new tea I want you guys to try out.
Yeah. 100%. We can get there. Yeah, Cameron smells death. Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Woof. Ugh. Oofy doofy. God damn.
Look, it's just is what it is.
I'm not gonna sit here and say you're wrong. It's just like it's so fucking loud. Damn.
It's one of those things that you're like, there's no way that's real.
And then you find out
you
it is.
go, and it's so real.
Hashtag too real.
Look, the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments smell bad, and like, depending on the decade, the Magic tournaments smell bad. So it is what it is. The Pokemon tournaments are weirdly fine. It's weird.
Pokemon fans shower or bathe.
I assume it's because it's a bunch of parents with their kids.
Probably. So the parents are like, hey kid, wash.
Yeah, so it's like a different demographic, is what it is. He instinctively backs up right into Brian. No. Please don't do this. I can't. He can't finish his sentence. Brian's victims felt pain that still seems unimaginable to the coyote. Knowing Devin is close behind them, Cameron makes one last effort to turn and dodge around Brian, but the bear is far too large, and he easily grabs up the coyote and throws him further into the hollow. Cameron comes up immediately, trying to suppress his whining and whimpers. Brian, just wait a second. Think about it. I can help you. Why did you bring me here in the first place? Brian gives Cameron a dispassionate look, but he does pause, and that gives Cameron some hope. And some time. Let me talk to them. Let me see if I can restore them. Reason with them. We both know that all of this is over. Cameron senses a slight shift in Brian's intentions as the bear begins to seriously consider Cameron's reasoning. I know you need my help. I can feel them. They want you, Brian, and they're waiting for you. I know what it can be like, walking in circles for most of your life, making the same stupid mistakes and knowing what you need to do to get better, and just never doing it.
Oh, yeah?
But I finally did, and my life was almost perfect. Until I met you. But But he's perfect.
Your takes know no bounds.
Look at him. He's so big.
I'm looking at
He's
him.
big and sturdy.
This is true.
So let's do it. Let's end this nightmare right now. And Brian takes a deep breath and holds it. The entire mine, the entire town seems to hold its breath while with him, and Cameron starts to understand how deeply intertwined this bear is with the place, this entity that seems to be pulling all the strings. Cameron can feel the monolithic entity shift and turn, as if it too senses an inevitable end. Brian is close to taking the coyote's offer, but it isn't meant to be, and Cameron, of course, knows that. A scoff from the entrance announces Devon's arrival.
Guess he's finally here, huh? Glad I brought my 10 gauge. Always want to make sure you got good firepower when bears are involved, eh? I mean, hey, that's not wrong.
Cameron watches in horror as the old bear opens up the shotgun and inserts a shell. Cameron's mind is blank as he automatically lunges at the huge bear, grabbing at the shotgun barrel, as Brian snarls in rage. Everything's falling apart. You're spiraling. Okay, guys, do me a favor. Open a new YouTube tab and type in spiral anime opening. You'll thank me later.
I mean, you will. You kind of will. It's pretty good.
Devon shoves his bulk through the narrow passage, squeezing through the hollow on the other side. Oh, it's nice and cleared up.
Yeah, it's like normal now.
Yeah, look at it. Is this the one that they use in what's that game? The Smoke Room.
The Smoke Room?
Is that this background? Because obviously it's not the one from Echo. Because
right.
Echo is a
picture.
A 4:6.
Right.
Is that what the aspect ratio is?
I suppose.
Yeah. Well, for full screen.
Yeah.
That's 4:6, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. Well, this is a clean 1080. You know.
It only took me 400 years to figure it out.
Right.
Let's go.
Look, resolutions, aspect ratios, bit rates, they're all confusing.
Yeah.
They're just numbers.
The reason this
numbers thread.
The TV was having a problem because it was hard set to 9:6, I think,
What
or
the
9:16. I don't know why. So I had to switch it to scan. And then it scanned from the computer, and now we have it actually working like it should.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he stumbles into the open space, Devon spots Cameron immediately, the coyote being swung left and right as he fights with Brian over the shotgun. Cameron is covered in blood, tears matted the fur on his cheeks. The situation is already a terrible one, but again, his fear for Cameron turns to anger at Brian as he seems to bear throwing fish... As he sees the bear throwing vicious, crunching kicks at Cameron's lower body. We're crumpling this lad. Devon realizes this is it, and he has no time to think. Oh. Okay.
He's going Ultra Instinct.
Okay, but I don't dislike Ultra Instinct as a form in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I dislike... It's weird. Is this a hot Dragon Ball take? I like Ultra Instinct Sign, but I dislike Mastered Ultra Instinct as a form.
Okay.
Yeah, they're two different things. There are two different.
Believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, there are two actually different Ultra Instinct forms, and they function differently. So, and I think Mastered Ultra Instinct is lame and boring. While Sign, lit, fire, dab.
All three, goddamn. Is anything ever lit and fire but not dab?
No, we always add the dab.
It's always
we might
there.
as well.
Okay.
Turn into a party,
True. True.
Then again, my spicy takes on Dragon Ball forms hold no bounds, where my favorite one is Super Saiyan God, and everyone is annoyed at me for that. Where I'm like, Super Saiyan God is just the best form they ever introduced.
Not Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan?
I don't really like Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. That one's like, it's almost as bad as, it feels like the same thing with Ultra Instinct Sign and Mastered Ultra Instinct. Where like one is a cool thing and the other one's lame. But they're like forever linked in the fan base's mind, so like it's all or nothing for a lot of people.
Did Kaioken ever like do anything after we unlocked Super Saiyan?
Yeah, he can use Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
We love that.
Yeah, so you do have Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken.
That's really fucking good.
But he only does it like once.
Right.
Because he's like, it burns too much energy and isn't worth it at all.
Reasonable. So I liked when he was doing Kaioken.
You would much rather just stay Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, than go into Kaioken on top of that.
I mean, reasonable.
Yeah. It is what it is. Did anyone get far enough into Dragon Ball to even understand what I was saying?
Probably. Well, yeah, but it's a toss-up.
Probably. There are probably some people that went, I'll watch Super, and they probably hate it, like the peasant they are.
Not a based individual like yourself.
Right.
You're not super. They're not super pill.
I don't love Super, but I don't hate it. I don't really get the hate that it gets because I'm like, Is it
because it's like new modern Dragon Ball?
I guess.
Because everyone's like, anything past Z, what's the point? Well,
I look at Z and go like, what's the point? Just skip it.
Yeah.
Because I thought Z was bad.
Just watch GT. You watch Dragon Ball, you skip Z, go straight to GT.
So I think GT is still the lowest point in the franchise. But the caveat is that GT has the best opening theme. So who's the real winner here?
Sorry.
Devin charges up behind the older bear and bites deeply into the side of Brian's neck. Apparently, biting someone other than himself is a lot more effective, and he feels his canine sink deep into the flesh behind the thick fur. The old man is covered in a layer of protective padding, just like himself, and the old bear clearly has a lot more of it. Still, Brian screams, high-pitched and full of fury. Then Cameron is finally shaken loose from the shotgun, and Brian grabs the barrel with both paws before ramming the butt of the shotgun back into Devin's stomach. Lit, the younger bear retches and crumples over. Yes! But he manages to grab the shotgun, holding up onto the stock tightly. The word of this game is crumple.
We do like it. You've taken a particular liking to the word crumple. It's very good. You're like, crumple's my new best friend.
It's there's history to that.
I see.
And if you've been on my Patreon/Discord long enough, you will have lived that.
We have history, Crumple and I.
Yeah, we're the same, you and I.
We're the same, you and I. I crumple, you crumple. It's all the same.
We all crumple.
That's the noir music. It's all black and white. You're sitting at a cafe with a cup of coffee and a cigarette.
Oh my god.
I crumple, you crumple. It's all the same.
I'm wearing a Shotaro cosplay from Kamen Rider Double.
Yeah. I'm just Kamen Rider Double.
I'm a hard-boiled detective.
Would you wear him or the you don't want to wear?
I don't like Philip. I don't like Philip. I'm looking at this child like, what the fuck are you wearing? What is this?
He's wearing his Sunday best.
No.
Trust me, it's fine.
No. Brian's clearly aware of how bad the situation could become for him. Let's go of the shotgun so he can turn around and throw a knee up into Devin's hunched form, and inch above the navel, almost the exact spot he'd hit earlier. Devin feels as if his guts are flattened to the spine before liquefying, the force actually lifting him off the ground for a half second. Even though he lands on his feet, he immediately sinks to his knees, muzzle wide open, as he continues a battle with his own lungs, all while still trying to hold onto the shotgun.
You're a dead man walking, boy. Well, on your knees anyway. What a surprise.
Brian fumbles shakily to find the stock of the shotgun, hidden somewhere under Devon's bulk, while simultaneously trying to avoid the end of the barrel in case Devon is able to find the trigger. The attack has been enough to rattle Brian, even if it was short-lived. Devon curses himself, trying to move, knowing he probably can't win, but he needs to do something, maybe hurt Brian so bad that Cameron can at least get away. Get up. Get up, Bambi.
Get up, Bambi.
But he can't breathe, so there's not much he can do to defend himself, let alone stand up. So, Devon keeps his hold on the shotgun, even as Brian starts trying to yank it from his weakened grasp, and he starts to succeed.
Kim, run.
Devon rasps, not even sure where Cameron is right now, assuming he still might be on the ground after being kicked so many times. Brian squeals. Looking up from his doubled up position, Devon sees Brian in front of him, bent over as well, the grizzled bear grabbing between his legs. As Brian sinks lower, Cameron appears, lowering a foot. The coyote smiles with relief and joy at seeing Devon, and seeing that he's got the shotgun. Cameron seems so sure that they've won that he doesn't see Brian's quick recovery, the old bear forcing himself up, murderous vengeance in his eyes, as he runs at Cameron with another animalistic scream. Just fire, just pull the trigger.
I feel like we should. Like, actually, I would just shoot him at this
just
point.
Like Drive-On shows up and is like, what's the matter? Pull the trigger.
Yeah. He goes up to Devin's ear. Pull the trigger, Devin. It's me, Doraemon. Beloved mascot of Japan.
Doraemon!
Doraemon, pull the trigger! Gambateo!
Oh, hello. Devon can only watch as the huge bear charges at Cameron. No! The much smaller coyote can only yelp in panic before Brian smashes into him, crushes him against the wall. Let's go!
Oh, damn.
Devon hears a crunching sound just as he gets his fist the first tiny slip of air, just as he hears Cameron's own air wheeze out of his yowl-like moan. And then, even more viciously than Devon had attacked Brian, the old bear begins to maul Cameron.
Ooh.
Yes. Brian bashes him left and right with blows aimed at the coyote's face before Cameron collapses. There, Brian begins to rip and tear into the coyote with his claws. Devon begins to move, but it's slow, and he just wishes his lungs would start working. Cameron tries to crawl away from Brian, and Devon sees the horror mirrored in his boyfriend's eyes. Then Brian comes down on him again, and Cameron throws his left elbow back at the bear's face, only for Brian to sink his teeth into Cameron's forearms and elbow. Cameron lets out a yelp and curls around Brian's muzzle, scratching and biting at it with his claws and teeth. And then Brian twists and tears, and Cameron lets out a yowling sound, his body twisting violently. He's on his back now, and he goes quiet, staring in shock at the wall he's laying perpendicular to, his eyes beginning to roll as Brian thrashes his head and a crunch comes from Cameron's arm?
His arm.
His arm. The coyote can't make any sounds now, the breath seemingly knocked out of him by the pain. Devon has never heard Cameron make those feral pain sounds. Not like this. The shotgun had opened up at some point during the struggle, and Devon drops the awkward weapon, too intent on saving Cameron to figure it out right now.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know.
You pull the trigger.
Well, the thing broke open if you were loading a shot into it.
Yeah.
But Devon can't close it. Just. He can't do the thing to do the shooting.
It's fine. It's still a club at the end of the day.
It kind of is, right? Not an insignificant one either.
Right? And to see him in so much agony that he can't breathe, can't even vocalize it anymore, it gives Devon the final push he needs. He charges into Brian, and the force knocks the old bear off the coyote. Devon has never seriously mauled someone in his entire life, but it's something that comes naturally to him and Brian, and while he had play-mauled people in the past, including Cameron, this is the first time he brings his claws, teeth, and muscles in full use. Straddling the old bear, Devon roars at Brian before lunging down. First, he bites Brian's neck again, but from the front this time, while his paws rip and tear into the bigger bear's hide. Brian seems to concentrate.
There you go.
Not concentrate.
Concentrate.
Concentrate. That's the way it should be pronounced.
I do like it. Because you're getting the two different C sounds in the same word.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It
should have a K at the start.
Or maybe an S where the C is, the second C.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. We can get there. For a second before burying his fist up into Devon's stomach, but the younger bear is tensed up this time, and the fist gets no further than his stomach muscles. Still, Brian loses it Brian's power is almost supernatural, and Devon lurches and grunts, folding over, an ache forming deep in the pit of his belly, but it only makes him bite harder. Devon can feel that he's truly stunned the old bear, at least for now, and as Brian takes his fist back, he resorts to panicked shoves. Just push that man. Just push.
He's trying to push him.
Force.
He said, force. Activate your force powers, Brian. Your midichlorian count is so high.
Oh no. It's fine. Instead of actually trying to fight. When Brian finally does try to claw at Devon's face and eyes, the younger bear leans back and smashes his head into Brian's muzzle. Lit.
Nice.
The sound indicates a broken snoot, and Brian lets out another high-pitched whine before screaming and trying to lunge up to bite Devon's neck. They just keep going.
Yeah.
Jeez, just fuck already. Devon leans back, just avoiding the teeth before smashing his head a second time into Brian's face. Then, as Brian lays dazed, Devon lays into his snoot 3 times, full force, trying to pound every bit of agony into Brian that the old bear had given all of them. That would be impossible, though. Still, Devon feels a savage satisfaction as he sees at least 2 of the old bear's yellow teeth roll out of his muzzle. Brian howls and rolls violently, finally dislodging the slightly smaller bear. Devon heaves for breath, watching as Brian comes up several feet away, crouching and also heaving for breath. Brian can barely form words, but not just because he's out of breath. Okay.
I'll do it.
His bitter hatred is evident, so mad that only frothy spit flies from his lips as he sputters. But then Brian's eyes flick to the right, and Devon remembers all at once that he left the shotgun there, having been forced on helping Cameron. The old bear moves lightning fast once again, and he shoots off to the right, and Devin realizes Cameron is there too.
Cameron, look out!
Oh, we in the red zone.
We in the red zone?
Cameron, laying in agony after Brian's vicious attack, knows something is deeply wrong with his body. The crashing against the wall of the chamber had done it. The true pain, though, emanates from his left arm, and Cameron knows that it's mauled, broken, useless. But he can still use his legs, and Cameron forces himself to get up and start moving for the shotgun, hearing the snarls and growls of the bear behind him. He does his best to stay quiet, but stifled grunts and small squeaks force their way out of his throat. As soon as he touches the shotgun, though, he hears Devin shout,
Cameron, look!
Oh, let's go. And again, the nightmare that is Brian is tearing at his body, pinning him to the wall, and Cameron screams in terror as the huge bear starts trying to bite his neck. The panicked coyote is only just able to get his unbroken arm up. It's maybe only 3 seconds before Devin is there, but it feels like an eternity, Cameron considering how badly it might feel to die from having his throat ripped out. And Cameron's right arm is torn up as well, but since Brian isn't shaken his head this time, his bones at least remain intact. Then Devin wrenches the bigger bear off of him. And Cameron tries to get up, to crawl, but it's useless, his body too beaten and unbroken to do anything other than dragging himself away. Then he hears Brian's high-pitched squealing again. At this time, it's genuinely terrifying. Cameron looks over, and he sees the old bear is now on his back, with his arm in a sort of hold of Devin. Devin is lying on his back, Brian's arms pulled towards his chest, Devin's hips close to the old bear's shoulders, as his legs lock together at the ankles. Devin grunts and heaves with all of his might, his huge, powerful body arching towards the ceiling. Devin is intent on really hurting Brian this time, wanting to make sure he pays the old man back for Cameron's tooth and arm. So, with the tooth part avenged, Devin focuses on destroying the other bear's arm. Bear bones are especially hard to break. Devin has never had a broken bone in his life. But the younger bear knows a thing or two about applying force. His dad watched MMA all the time, and while he knows little about fighting, he knows my arm bar can be so devastating. But even as he leans back, bending the big bear's arm over his inner thigh, only a few cracks are heard, but it's nothing serious. Devin needs the arm to be have less resistance, and the more distance from the fulcrum.
Yeah, fulcrum. That's a good word. We love that word, fulcrum. A fulcrum.
Was it?
How you doing, fulcrum? Instead of how you doing, pilgrim.
Yeah.
A fulcrum.
That was Hera's. That wasn't Hera. That was Ahsoka's code name.
Pilgrim?
No, fulcrum.
Oh, fulcrum.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How funny. Good Ahsoka. Good on you.
Right. Unlocking his legs, he takes just a second to slam his foot right into the old bear's jaw. For just a second, Brian goes limp, and Devin relocks his ankles before lifting the limp arm away from his chest and curl up. Then he heaves back onto the arm again, arching hard while he twists his body.
Torque! His battle cry.
Torque!
Torque!
Very good. Now you're thinking like an engineer.
Devin's a sentry going up.
No one knows what that is. It's too old.
No, people still play it. They just fixed the bot problem. People still play it. They just fixed the bot problem.
No.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, nothing came before Overwatch.
Oh. Stop. Overwatch isn't even good.
It just, well, it does still have a really big player base.
It's just the people that are fans of the porn.
Yeah. Look, Winston's pretty good.
He is there, isn't he?
He's all right. As the catchphrase of one of Devon's old professors comes to his mind, a crack splits the air, and Brian's scream somehow reaches a new panicked pitch. Devon looks over to see Cameron has dragged himself a few feet away, leaving a dark, horrible blood trail smear behind him. That's a lot of blood, and Devon panics, thinking the coyote is bleeding out from his neck. Devon stumbles over to him, hovering his paw over the coyote's head.
Baby, your neck. Let me see it.
He didn't get me. Let go. Cameron is in no shape to run, so he groans as Devon lifts him into his arms, the bear starting to stumble toward the exit. And Devon looks down at the coyote in his arms, just now seeing how truly terrible Cameron's injuries are. And then he glances back, shocked to see Brian standing. How the old bear was able to get up without making noise is beyond Devon.
Ugh.
The butt of the shotgun, powered by the old bear's huge body, slams into the side, spreading a sickening ache and a wave through his body. Cameron hears the dull thud followed by the vibration through Devon's thick body. He feels the bear cringe as he sinks into his knees, huddled over Cameron.
That's really good.
Little guy.
This is a good CG.
Oh yeah, he's so cute.
He's really looking pretty wild.
Yeah. The huge bear lifts up the shotgun he's managed to keep hold of. He struggles to hold it up with only his left paw, and his injured right arm dangles before he practically swings it up to prop his right elbow against the wall, a few pops coming from his shoulder as he does. He screams again when that happens, but with his fully functional wrist, he can now take a steady aim, and with how narrow the hollow is, there's nowhere to go.
Don't you fucking move. You got that? This is over. I'm killing that Yodi in front of you, and then I'm ripping your fucking arm off, boy.
Brian's expression is an odd mixture of excitement and disgust.
Pity you ain't half as cute as the pup.
He thinks Cameron's cute.
He does. He has said that a few times.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
I mean, it's true.
Devon can only wheeze in response, and Cameron holds on to him tightly as he's cradled in his arms.
God, you fucking ruined it. He was perfectly fine till you showed up. Now he fucking fucked up to the point he's not even fuckable.
Cameron's ability to see and feel things is fading, just as the effects of the shrooms are fading. Still, there's a bit left, and Cameron tries his best to use it. Devon's body begins trembling, and Cameron holds on to him more tightly. Devon's voice, still breathless, whispers into Cameron's ears.
Honey, whatever happens, just play dead, okay? No matter what.
But Cameron suddenly turns.
But how?
That's fine.
Oh boy.
Devon watches as Cameron's face becomes a bouquet of red ribbons, and the bear stumbles as the shot hits his arm as well. Cameron's body just jerks violently in his arms before going incredibly still, and Devon quickly looks down to see Cameron's no longer with a face.
God damn.
Everything that used to make up his face is splattered against the walls and is still pores from... Cameron is gone. In shock, Devon looks at his arms and sees that the white of the bone shards, at first thinking it's his own, but then he sees a few of Cameron's sharp teeth are embedded in his arm. Devon leans over Cameron's body, an expression of untold anguish on his face as he starts to let out a low, terrible groan that rises in pitch to the bearish howl. There we go. After looking forward, Cameron does the only thing he can think of.
No!
Cameron grabs the barrel and shoves it. The sound is so loud it instantly deafens Cameron, and though the ringing starts to subside, the hearing in his right ear doesn't come back.
Cameron? Cameron!
I'm fine. Cameron looks to where Brian is. The kickback from the 10 gauge had hit him hard, squarely in the chest. Cameron can almost visualize the shock sent through the old, worn-out heart, already exhausted from the stimulant and the fight. The old bear, still on unsteady feet, stumbles back a bit more before hitting the wall and sliding down to a sit. Well, Brian sits propped up against the wall, looking confused. He clutches his chest, rubbing it and grimacing. The shotgun is on the ground, out of Brian's reach, and the old bear makes no move to get it.
Fuck.
He starts to try and get up, but falls back down.
Oh, fuck.
Brian clutches his chest and stomach and groans.
Oh, no. That was it? Is this it? What the fuck?
Brian slumps back, his body convulsing, and then his thrashing about as he tries to escape something. He knocks over and smashes the electric lantern, crushing it under his weight. For several more seconds, they both listen to Brian's groaning, rasping and snorting before it's silent. It's quiet for a little while longer, Cameron and Devon not daring to move. Brian had seemed invincible for so long, Cameron can't get himself to believe that it might be over. Devon whispers into Cameron's ear.
Cameron, how do you feel?
Cameron gives Devon a look that's a mixture of love and exasperation, even if Devon can't see it right now. They both know he's badly fucked up. I think something ruptured. It feels all wrong. Cameron places his right paw on his own torso, wincing.
Don't move, okay? I'll get us out in no time.
Devon starts to tentatively make his way forward, and just as Cameron is realizing how long it might actually take, possibly too long if there's internal bleeding, his vision flickers.
Ooh. Archer.
Oh my god.
There it is.
Cameron stares at it, then looks at Devon, wincing at the bear's bloodied and bruised face. But Devon doesn't react to the light, like Cameron is the only one seeing it. But a shroom trip can't emit light, no matter how hard you're tripping. I think I can see where to go. Just walk straight.
How?
Cameron starts to shake his head, and then stops as his neck sends a pang of fury, a fiery pain down his back? I don't know, but I can see. Let's just get out of here, please. Cameron tries hard not to look at Brian's crumpled form against the side wall of the hollow, his wide open eyes glinting from the gentle glow.
Okay, just tell me where, okay?
And sure enough, as they leave, arch after arch appears, and Cameron is confident they'll lead to the exit. These arches had tortured his mother, but this feels like his mother somehow. As they move, they both hear rustling sounds far behind them in the mines, but Brian is definitely dead. Or at least they had been when they left. So they keep moving, trying to keep quiet. Then within an hour, real light.
Daylight.
Devon looks down at Cameron and winces, just like Cameron did when he saw Devon's face.
God, honey, we're gonna get you help, and you're gonna get better, okay?
But what about you? Do you feel okay? Cameron's voice is weaker than it was earlier, and Cameron feels Devon quicken his pace.
I'm fine.
Devon says it sternly, setting his jaw, and Cameron stays quiet.
Cameron, I'm sorry.
And that's the last time you're saying that to me? Okay? I don't blame you for anything. I'm just so glad I met you. He listens to the bear's heartbeat, steady for most of the journey, but getting faster as they get closer to the exit.
I think I hear a helicopter? And maybe a megaphone? Shit, did people come for us?
The shotgun blew out my hearing, so I'm not really sure. His trip is mostly over, yet these visions are so vivid. Cameron stares at the new arch, and something about it feels different. Oh. Mom, I found it.
Huh?
Her arch.
You're seeing arches?
You know how something can happen that's so impactful, it splits your life in two? Like, you see life as before, and after that moment, it can be good or bad. Devin hesitates, like he wants an answer to the question he just asked, but he lets it go for now.
Of course.
I think meeting you is the good divide in my life. I think what happens here, what's going to happen after, I think it's the bad divide. It had always been his mother's death, and it still is, a divide. And this time, Cameron realizes he's been deeply affected mentally, and it's not something that he can just recover from. Something truly wrong with him. That's been the case for a long time, but now, after this, something's been pushed over the edge. So, another divide.
I think we're gonna be okay, Cameron.
Devin, whatever happens after this, I love you, and I'm so happy I met you.
Come on, you didn't have to say that first part. We made it, okay? It's just a fork in the road.
Cameron gasps. Oh, Devin, Artie's alive. He went to get us help, I think. I hope.
What? How?
I don't know. He got shot and he got away. Brian was pissed. He's hurt, but I think he made it.
Oh, that's...
not Brian. Devin's the lesser bear.
Goddamn.
Devin's lips tremble as his face twists up slightly as he tries not to cry, but it's out of incredible relief and happiness. Cameron doesn't tell him how bits of Artie are missing, that's fine, and that he can't sense him anymore, both because of his waning power, yes, and because Artie's too far away. At least that's what he hopes. Cameron stares up at the arch, looking both beautiful and terrible at the same time. Raincoat Monster stands at the side as they pass, and this time Cameron does think it's his old hallucination. Oh, he waves.
He says, bye-bye.
Oh. Cardboard and unmoving, just like he's always been. But something about all of this, the way he's seeing things, something has changed. It's not his psychic abilities, because now it's subtle and hardly noticeable again. No, something else happened, and his mind feels wrong. Looking forward is no longer clear, but as Cameron uses the last of his psilocybin...
Correct.
Got there. In his system to peer into the future... I can see the future!
He's taking a peek.
The future is changing. He becomes afraid of what he sees.
Stupid.
So he just turns his muzzle slightly to Devin.
Cameron, we are going to make it.
Based on what he saw, Cameron isn't sure. Devin will stay. He was able to see that much. But should he? More than anything, they both want to stay together, but if Cameron becomes a burden on Devin, he doesn't know how he can stay. He just hopes that Devin can still love him after this terrible change, and he hopes he can fight it, whatever it is. So Cameron leans his head against Devin's shoulder, smiling in a mostly happy, but in a bittersweet way. All right,
now let's get the hell out of here.
Gone. That's fine. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, what?
The road again. On the road again.
Right. Well, I think we'll end the part here.
Okay.
It was a little long, but I didn't want to split it in the middle of that.
Right.
Sequence.
That would have been a little weird.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Awkward. So that's fine. You all get an extra long episode. I hope you all are happy.
Yeah. You all love that.
You all love that. So we'll see you guys around.